a personalized lead generation microsite is a website that is dedicated specifically to you, that you have complete control over as far as the keywords and Google optimization and all the fun stuff that goes along with it. An important note, this is a training webinar. There will be some tech items discussed here. We're going to demonstrate how to edit your sites, how to input your information, and essentially how to get them looking the way you want them to look, and most importantly, performing within the search engines with search engine optimization. So please make sure that you're paying attention, that you have a notepad and a writing utensil ready to go, because obviously there's going to be some detailed information that we're going to cover in here, and you'll certainly want to capture this information. I'm going to move fairly quickly today because we do have some ground to cover in a short period of time. However, this information, this webinar will be recorded, and it will be posted on the members area as well later today, so that you can review the webinar as well as the PowerPoint presentation and reference it as you're editing your site. Also, if you miss any portion of this webinar, or you happen to log in late or need to leave early, there will be a Camtasia or a training video on how to edit your site. But this truly is a invaluable tool here that we're rolling out at PartnerFirst, and just our ongoing commitment of providing additional value, of bettering your business and helping you grow your business within the default space. This certainly is one more arrow in your quiver that we are extremely pleased to launch and introduce to you guys. An important note about the microsites: they are in the quote-unquote beta phase at this point. They're fully functional, fully operational, but you will notice some increasing changes, some upgrades, and some various changes occurring to the site as time goes on, as we continue to maximize these sites and increase their value and make them more beneficial. Prior to getting started, I do want to do a quick audio sound check as always. So if you can do me a favor, in the right-hand side of the toolbar in the question tool pane, just pop that open. It should be a little plus or minus. If it's a plus, go ahead and open it up and type in, yes, I can hear you, sounds good, loud and clear, just so I know that we have good audio. We certainly will be ready to go. So looks like we're getting quite a few responses. Thank you for that, guys. It's always encouraging and good to know that we have good audio. It's a little difficult with everybody logging in by muted out by default. Obviously, it eliminates all the background noise associated with that traditionally are on these webinars, but it makes it a little difficult because I certainly want to make sure you can hear me okay. But I am getting good response, and it looks like we are good to go. So with that said, let's just dive right in. PartnerFirst introduces personalized short sales specialist microsites. Now, what is a microsite? A microsite is your very own personalized short sales specific information and lead generation website, which focuses specifically on providing information to homeowners and generating leads. So you might say, well, this sounds a little bit like a website, or a website I've been thinking about getting, or a website that I already have. You are 100% correct, but you will notice some great differences in terms of the optimization for the search engines and the overall control that you have with these websites. So here's the benefits of your microsite: is they are specific to you and your area, and I'll get into that in a second. We're also going to talk about how they are highly optimized for SEO, and for those of you that aren't familiar with that term, SEO stands for search engine optimization, which means when somebody types in certain search words in the search engines, Google, Yahoo, Bing, whatever the case may be, the search engine optimization will help you rank higher and get you in a higher ranking, therefore making you more highly visible to distressed homeowners. An important factor here with these sites is that you control the keywords for Google ranking. And I say Google because it's the most popular, but the keywords certainly do transcend all barriers. They work on Google, Yahoo, Bing, and the popular search engines that most homeowners are searching on at this point in time. You set your search engine description, and I will talk about that in a second, and I do have some screenshots with you guys. So essentially what we're going to do is I'm going to do a live demo or a working demo of PartnerFirst microsite in its demo phase to kind of give you guys an idea of how to tweak these. And then I'm also have some screenshots so that we have a more static approach on what to do. So we will be bouncing back and forth a little bit. There's no two ways to do this in a refined, polished way, and whenever you're doing a live demo, you do have some challenges and waiting for some downloads and things along those lines. So just bear with me, enjoy the journey, and be sure to take good notes. Back to the bullet points here. All the default and short sale information is provided for you. Now what that means is you have a certain portion of your microsite that you will edit with your information, but the pre-foreclosure and default homeowner specific information is created, uploaded, and refreshed on a regular basis, and it's relevant material. It's all created here on site by our content contributors, our resident content contributors, who put out fresh, relevant pre-foreclosure information on a regular basis. Your site will be replenished with fresh information, so you never have to worry about creating fresh content for your website. New information and special reports are added every single month, and what I mean by the special reports is in order to capture homeowner information or data information, you need to have a data capture form that's attached to an incentive such as a special report that a homeowner or an interested party would be interested in receiving in order to provide the information, i.e. their email address, so that you can communicate with them. So new information and special reports added every single month. There's built-in homeowner data capture request forms where they can reach out to you and say, yeah, I am looking for information on how to short sale, on avoiding foreclosure, on deed in lieu, various other things that position you as the industry expert. And as mentioned prior, there's downloadable homeowner special reports that also have the data capture. Best of all, benefit of the microsite is there is no additional cost. This is not a sales. There's no additional cost. This information or this website is part of your PartnerFirst membership and is all-inclusive of your network association and all the other benefits associated with the network. So let's talk a little bit about the microsite basics. The microsites are edited from two places. Now note that. It's important to note. The microsites are edited and controlled from two separate places in the members area. Part of your microsite is edited and controlled in the My Profile section, and the other portion is controlled in the Edit Microsite portion. And I will show you screenshots of these, and it'll make much more sense. But you may want to write those two things down. My Profile, Edit Microsite are the two places that you edit your microsite. So what are these two separate areas and what do they entail? Well, your basic information is edited and controlled from the My Profile section of the PartnerFirst members area. Items such as your name, your company, your address, phone, website, your picture, and your personal logo, they're all controlled in the My Profile in the members area control panel. The reason it's separated into two different categories like this is the My Profile section is the profile you already have created on the PartnerFirst Agent Network that is linked in with your zip codes in your profile that is seen by the mortgage servicers. So when you log into your PartnerFirst microsite, you will notice that the My Profile information has already reciprocated over to your microsite, as well as your photo, as well as your logo. So as we speak right now, your microsites are up and running and operational. So you will just maybe want to go in, click on the microsite tab, and do a little bit of tweaking. But if your profile is complete with a good bio, all your contact information is filled out, your photo is up there, and your logo is up there, which all that information should already be up there because that's what's linked into the mortgage servicers and the Find an Agent database. That information has already reciprocated over and is live on the web, and we will show you how to control that information as well as how to edit that information. So with that said, the next portion of editing the microsite is the detailed agent description, your website keywords, your search engine description, as well as PartnerFirst designation logos such as your PSC certification, your HAFA specialist certification, PSC mastery, or your Fair Debt Collections Practices Act training logo for the courses that you have taken. You can all control which ones show on your website through the control panel on Edit Microsite. So real quick, just to recap, the My Profile tab is a reciprocation of all your information that's already in your profile, contact information, logo, bio, and picture, and all that fun stuff. The Edit Microsite tab is where you kind of get under the hood and deal with the more search engine specific things, such as your website keywords and your search engine description. That's controlled in the Edit Microsite portion. So my slideshow here is telling me we're going to shift to a live demo. So bear with me just 1 second as I switch screens. And all right, so I'm going to switch over to what an actual microsite looks like, as well as how to edit your microsite. And there's a little bit of lag between what I'm seeing and what you guys are seeing, so I certainly will be sensitive to that. So at this point, you should be seeing the members area at PartnerFirst. So this is accessed by going to partnerfirst.org/members or members.partnerfirst.org. I believe you can see my toolbar here at the top. Again, that's members.partnerfirst.org, which all of you should be extremely familiar with this. So I'm just going to log in to my account, just as you would using your username and password that you created upon setting up your account. And it's going to take me to the members area home. This should be very familiar to you guys. So here you have your membership type, the status that it's active, and you're probably familiar with all these buttons here at the top. The zip code control panel, that's where you control your zip codes that you link in with the mortgage servicers, the My Profile tab, the microsite, and all that fun stuff. The newest tab is here on the upper right-hand corner, and it has a little @ symbol here, and it says microsites. So if I click on that, it's going to take me to a page that says Edit Microsite. Here you'll see that you may change your contact information by editing the My Profile information located in the main control panel. You'll also see a couple items that say View Special Report Inquiries, as well as View Microsite. So here's a live working demo of a microsite, and I'm in the back end of my own personal microsite. So first thing we want to look at is the site name. Write that down on your notes here, site name. Your site name for your own personal microsite is www.pscagent.com and then / and then after the /, it's whatever your username is. So www.pscagent.com / then your particular username. Now, if you used Honey Bear or I Love My Wife or whatever the case may be for your username, and you don't want to use that as a representation for your site name, you can control your site name here. So you'll see that I've used PartnerFirst_2011 as the site name. So for this particular web address, for my microsite, it'll be www.partnerfirst.com / PartnerFirst_2011. So you control what your site name is. So let's say your name is Vicki Nagy, and you're a real estate agent in Northern California. Your website or microsite would be www.pscagent.com / Vicki Nagy. So you can control what your site name is by simply editing it right here. The next item down is the keywords for search engines. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with what keywords are, picture a search engine such as Google, Yahoo, Bing, whatever the case may be, as this huge virtual library. And somebody comes into the front desk of the library, also known as Google or Yahoo or Bing, and they say, I'm looking for information on pick any topic. Well, in this particular case, I'm looking for information on short sales. Well, the indexing or the librarian, or in this case the search engine, is going to go through a list of keywords and identify what is the most relevant website that provides information pertaining to the topic that you're looking for. So in this particular case, I just put some keywords in, such as PartnerFirst, pre-foreclosure specialist certification, short sale specialist, whatever the case may be. Now, an important note, and this is key for search engine optimization with your microsite, is you will want to put information that is specific to your area. You won't want to do just general vague information such as short sale information or help with short sale. You'll want to really drill down to your specific area. So if you are a real estate agent in Chippewa, Iowa, and you have a county that you serve called Red Hill, well, you will want to put Chippewa, Iowa short sale information. Red Hill, Chippewa, Iowa short sale information. You want to think like the person who's actually inputting the information into the search engine. What would they be searching for? So by narrowing your scope from such a broad approach of short sale to a more narrow approach such as Chippewa, Iowa short sale agent, you are much, much, much more likely to appear in the top few places in terms of the search engine placement. So you'll really want to get creative with your keywords and type in certain keywords. Now, we do have a great webinar in the members area about social media and e-marketing and all that fun stuff. You can view those at any time, so I won't dominate this conversation with keywords placement and what to put in, but you can watch those at a later time. But you get the point. You'll certainly want to have good descriptive keywords for the search engine optimization. Now, the next item down is the description for the search engine. So you ever notice when you're looking on a search engine and you type in homes for sale in my area, and you'll get a list of homes or agents that come up in your area, and the first 2 or 3 lines is a description of what that person or people or company's website is. You know, Jane Doe specializes in short sale in the Red Hill area. For contact information, call her at 555-1212. Whatever you see in the first line or 2 that shows up on the home page of the search engine, this is where that information is controlled for your particular microsite. So the description for your search engine is here on the Edit Microsite tab. So I'm going to slow down and pause for just a second. Quickly recap. Site name is where you edit the site name of your website. Currently, it's defaulted to your username. Next item down is keywords for search engines and search engine optimization. And then the next item down is the description for your search engine or your paragraph that appears on the search engine's homepage. All right, scrolling down and moving forward, you will see here it says home page text. Now, the home page text is where you can edit the information that appears on your microsite directly under your profile information. And I'll give you an actual live view of that here in just a second. But just know if you're not a good writer or you can't come up with something or you just don't have the time or you're just afraid of going into the back office and editing your own website, don't worry. A good piece of default information has already been placed in your profile. You can choose to leave that up there or you can edit it at your own choice. It's entirely up to you. If you do edit it here, you will want to do it here on the Edit Microsite tab under the Home Page Text. And you'll see here that I just dropped in some information concerning home page text. Now, one note about this, and do me a favor, please write this note down. Most of us are going to first type out what we're going to put in here, and then we're going to put it into some sort of Word document to do a spell check or a grammar check or whatnot prior to putting it into the website. The website will not receive information copied directly from Word because there is some corrupt HTML when you go from a Word document into a service such as this. So you will want to save that in Notepad or have it placed in a PDF and you can copy from PDF. Or worst case, you can just type it directly in here, and if you are using Firefox, you'll notice here the little squiggly line under Realty Track. Firefox automatically gives you spell check as you type this information in. So it's really up to you, but just know if you type it in from a Word document, copy and paste it, it is going to show up corrupt. All right, scrolling down, the next item you want to input or check is display logos that you want to display on your website. By default, we already have the PSC Mastery, the HSC, and the FDCPA. which logos will display or you will be able to display on your website is dependent on what courses you have completed. So when you log in, the system's already going to recognize what stage of the game you're at. So for example, if you've received the basic PSE certification, then obviously you're only going to have the option to put the PSE certification on your website. If you have obtained PSE mastery, you have taken the HAPA specialist certification, or you even took the training concerning Fair Debt Collections Practices Act, also known as the FDCPA training, you can check the boxes and the logos will actually show up on your website. All right, so you might be thinking, okay, Jason, enough talking. Let's kind of see what these microsites look like. So I'm going to go ahead and switch screens to an actual microsite. And at this point, and I'm just dealing with the lag here of what you guys see versus what I'm seeing, you should be seeing a picture of a microsite. And this is what a PartnerFirst microsite looks like. And again, you'll notice that my web address is pseagent.com/partnerfirst_2011. You can create this second half portion to be whatever you want, assuming that it's not taken. Under the Edit Microsite tab, I did check the boxes for PSE Mastery, HAPA Specialist Certification, and Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, so those logos all show up on my website. You will be able to input your own particular logo here at the top where it says your logo here, and again that information is controlled under the My Profile tab. And also your picture will also appear on the website. And here on the right-hand side, you have the contact information, name, company, address, city, state, zip code, phone, and if you have another website, a company website, or something else along those lines, you can certainly put that information here. It's important to note that this first top half here, the logo, the tagline, the photos, as well as the general information, this information is automatically pulled from your My Profile. So you don't have to do anything. It's already done for you. All right, so scrolling down, you'll see the information that I input under the Edit Microsite, and this is my own particular information that I added. So all that to say, you have control of editing from the Helping You Help Homeowners tagline I have here. That's whatever tagline you want to put in. Your photo, your general information, as well as all this information down here, you have control over editing that in the back end in the in the members area under My Profile and Edit Microsite. Now, where the true value and the true benefit of these microsites, beyond the SEO optimization, beyond the website description, is there's much more other items that we control here at PartnerFirst that you don't have to worry about. For example, scrolling down at the bottom, there's a couple articles here. Foreclosure, is it all that bad? Foreclosure roulette, will you be the loser? What is shadow inventory? So what is shadow inventory? These are articles that are created here at PartnerFirst by our content contributors and our resident on-staff writers that will be updated on a regular basis. So you don't ever have to worry about updating your default information for your website. It's all right here for you and will be updated on a regular basis. Also, at the bottom here, yes, the website does include the Mars disclosure. So for those of you that are familiar with that, it is a little bit of a gray area whether you should or shouldn't have it or couldn't have it or what are the repercussions. Bottom line is we want to be 100% compliant, so all your websites will have the Mars disclosure. If you have separate personal websites and you don't have the Mars disclosure, I would encourage you watching the members area webinar in regard to understanding Mars, because you probably should have that disclosure on your website. But all websites come with the Mars disclosure. And then also scrolling up is you have the homeowner contact information. So here it says contact Jason Crawford. Obviously this information would be pulled from your profile and it would have your name here. And the homeowners can certainly just click on I'm interested in, and they have a drop-down tab, avoiding foreclosure, short sale, deed in lieu. They list which state they're in. They put their information, their phone number, their email, and a little message like, hey, call me in the evening times, or don't call me during work, or here's the best time to get a hold of me, or whatnot. When they hit submit, this information is sent directly to you to the email that we have on file. So homeowner information that contact you via your own personal microsite will be delivered directly to your email address that you have on file here with us at PartnerFirst. There's also a why choose a certified agent. They click on this tab and it gives an in-depth description of what a certified agent is, what the PSC certification entails, why you are a specialist that they should be working with, and the education requirements that you have satisfied in order to be an expert in helping them solve their problems. So it certainly sells you as a PSC agent. And then also we have a downloadable report, and we will be adding more as we go on. Right now we have the Homeowner Pre-Foreclosure Survival Guide, and for homeowners that click on this report, well, let me go ahead and do it. They click on this report and it says special report, free download. Well, guess what? They need to include their first name, last name, and their email address, and then they can instantly download the report as a PDF, but you will receive an email automatically letting you know the person's name and email address who downloaded your report, so that you can contact them or follow up with them. Hey, I noticed you downloaded the Homeowner Pre-Foreclosure Survival Guide. Did you have any questions? Is there anything I can assist you with? Would you like a complimentary, compassionate consultation to go over your options in regard to avoiding foreclosure? So a lot of items here for capturing data, conveying information, educating homeowners, and getting you exposed to areas in your to homeowners in your area. I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint here for just 1 second and show you guys a few more screenshots, and then we will wrap up this webinar. I'm going to try to avoid questions on this webinar because they are technical in nature. You know, how do I do this, or I want to do that. So if you have questions, please feel free to call in here to PartnerFirst, but I would strongly encourage you to just go into the members area, click on the Edit Microsite. It's very user-friendly. I mean, we made it as simple as humanly possible, so you can get under the hood, you can make some tweaks, you can make some edits. Give it a shot first before giving it a call, but if you actually get stumped, then certainly you can give us a call. So here's some key points on just a recap of what we talked about. Getting started, you're going to log into your account by going to www.partnerfirst.org/members. And from the upper right-hand corner of the control panel toolbar, there's a little button here that says Microsites. You are going to click on that button on the right-hand side, and you're going to get a screen such as this that says Edit Microsite. Again, you can change the site name, the keywords for the search engine, the description for the search engine. Here you can also view special report inquiries, which I'll go back to that in just a second. And you can also view your microsite. So all this to say that under the Edit Microsite tab, that's where you make these various tweaks. And then also continuing along, you can select your PartnerFirst designations that you've obtained. And then when you're all done editing everything, just go ahead and click Submit. And then the end result is obviously once you click on View Microsite, you can review the changes and edit as necessary. So you'll see here I'm looking at a website or a microsite that's in development. So after I've made those changes, I hit Submit. It brings up my site. I say, you know what, that looks good, or maybe I misspelled this, or I want to change that, or I want to put a different picture in. Well, then I can go back and edit that information as necessary. All right, guys, that just about concludes this. I do want to take you back to a live demo for one more portion. Hold on 1 second here. And I'm going to switch back to the live website because I want to show you the view inquiries. So I'm going to go back to the PartnerFirst members area where I'm editing my microsite. Again, this is the tab by clicking on microsites on this particular one. Here where it says View Microsite and View Special Report Inquiries. Now, remember we had the special reports that were on the website, such as the download the special report. When somebody downloads that report, I mentioned that you receive an email from them or from the system indicating that this homeowner has downloaded a report. but you will also have an ongoing capture system right here where it says View Special Report Inquiries. So when you log into your microsite back office and click on View Special Report Inquiries, there's a list of people that downloaded the reports. So as I was preparing for this presentation yesterday, Tuesday, July 12th, I actually downloaded a report from the demo site. I input my first name, last name, my email address, and it tells you from a timestamp when this homeowner downloaded the report. So yesterday, this was at, what was this, 5 o'clock Eastern is when I downloaded the report. So you have a running record of people that's downloaded the reports. So guys, this concludes the presentation. I realize it was a lot of information and we moved pretty quickly. But with that said, if you have any questions on how to edit your microsite, I would again encourage you to revisit this webinar as it will be posted later today. The information has been set to be extremely user-friendly and make it incorporate into editing your information and reciprocate from your profile without too much effort. Get under the hood, give it a shot, click on Edit Microsite, click on My Profile, edit that information, and you will be pleasantly surprised with how easy it is. A couple questions. Somebody asked, how can we add it to our website? You cannot add it to your website. It is a completely different standalone website with the exception of if you want to share links. And what that means is on the home page of your microsite, you have the option to put your website on the microsite as well. So remember, this is all about getting additional exposure. These microsites, and the reason they're called microsites is if you look at the search engine optimization and the relevancy with keywords and getting your ranking up in the search engines, I don't want to get into it, but there's a lot of factors that really go into that. Keywords, description, and the relevancy and the frequency in which content is updated has a huge impact on how you rank in the search engine. So if you could picture this vessel as nimble and quick as, say, a jet ski versus a large cruise ship, which is usually some very large bloated websites that have tons of pages that are never updated, this jet ski is much more nimble in terms of getting up and being having a top ranking within the search engines, and that's because it is completely relevant and it's updated on a regular basis. Sam asked, are you going to have instructions to follow in your website about microsites? Sam, this is the first introduction on how to do it. As mentioned prior, it's extremely easy to use. This webinar will be reposted, and to answer your question, yes, I will be doing a few training videos that will be posted so that you can get the basics on how to update your microsite as well. So guys, with that said, this certainly does conclude this portion of the presentation. Again, just to make it simple, I realize a lot was said here today. Just log into the members area, click on microsites here in the upper right-hand corner, and just type in a few things. Type in your site name, the keywords for the search engine, give it a paragraph, type in the home page information, and hit submit. I mean, it's really that simple. If you want to view what your current microsite looks like, go to, and write this down please, and we will post it here at the top of the edit microsite so that you can view it. www.pscagent.com, then you're going to put a / and then your PartnerFirst username. So whatever your username is. So if your username is Jane Doe, it's going to be www.partnerfirst.com. I'm sorry, strike that. Going too fast. www.pscagent.com / Jane Doe. So we will put those instructions at the top of the edit microsite portion as well. Look for more information. In addition to the training video, I'm also going to do a quick reference one-page guide on how to edit your microsite, and we will also be sending those out via email. So stay close to your email. Be sure to open up what we send you. Guys, please use this service. We had somebody on the line. I didn't check to see if she's still here. Was actually honored and pleased to have her on this webinar. Vicki Nagy is a top Active Rain blogger, in fact, one of the top in all of Active Rain. She has done webinars for us on getting information or getting leads through blogging. It was really honored and privileged to have her on this call, and because she is somebody that gets it and understands the relevancy of search engine optimization and inputting your information and keeping fresh, relevant content. So with that said, thank you everybody for joining us. One final question, because this is an important one, says, I just signed up for PartnerFirst and have not completed my PSE certification. I don't see the microsite that you are showing. You need to complete the certification. So if you're in training or you're in limbo or you're just registered or approved, if you have not completed the certification training, then you don't have access to a certified agent's website. So you do need to complete the training, and then you'll have access to that. All right, guys, any other questions, please feel free to call one of our agent management specialists. I want to thank you for joining me on this webinar today. I hope I didn't lose you with all the information. But it really, guys, it's that simple. Just log into the members area, click on microsites, and it's really simple to edit and use, and it's an extremely powerful lead generation tool as an added value, no cost benefit from us here at PartnerFirst. So I want to thank everybody for joining us. This is Jason Crawford on behalf of PartnerFirst signing off. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.